opening the meeting of February 5th, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We'll all rise for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance by Ryan Cross, Jr., third grader at Atlantic West Elementary. I'll let you know when. Get it right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
We have a presentation from the Children's Service Council of Broward County. Cynthia Ehrenberg Seltzer, the CEO. Right here. Pick a mic. You can pick either one.
Here? Yeah? Okay. Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Commission. Thank you for having me today. It's such a pleasure to be here, and especially with this great group. I love being able to talk in front of so many young people and their parents, because that is what the Children's Services Council is all about. It's been many years since I've been before you. I think about maybe 9 years. So it's nice to come back, and I appreciate the invitation to tell you a little bit about what the Children's Services Council has been up to since our creation in September of 2000. Next slide. So the mission of the Children's Services Council is to provide the leadership, advocacy, and resources necessary to enhance children's lives and help them to grow into healthy, productive adults, a wish I'm sure all of you parents would like to see happen. And that was why we were created, next slide please, by the voters of Broward County, September 5th in 2000. We do what I said, we are an independent taxing district, and we provide the leadership and funding needed through the tax dollars that we create. We fund hundreds of programs throughout the county, ranging from after-school programs, as I said, the folks I was talking to over here, at Liberty Elementary through community after-school, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We also work with many, many community partners to turn the curve in the right direction for our children. Next slide. We have 11 members of the Children's Services Council. 6 of them are there by virtue of their position: the superintendent of schools, a school board member, a county commissioner, a judge appointed by the chief judge, the head of the local Department of Health, and the head of the Department of Children and Families, and then 5 people who are appointed by the governor. You can see their names there. Next slide. This is my staff. The hundreds of programs are managed by this group of people. Next slide. And excuse me, while I'm speaking of my staff, I'm joined tonight by Maria Juarez-Stouffer, who happens to be a resident of the city of Margate, and she is the assistant director of the Program Services Department. So we work with many members of the community, about 1,000 members of the community as it stands right now, on what we call the Children's Strategic Plan. As I mentioned, the part of the mission of the Children's Services Council is to provide leadership. And we do that by bringing folks together to make sure we're all moving in the right direction and working together collaboratively and not duplicatively to serve our children. And so we've organized and been leading the community for the last 14 years in the Children's Strategic Plan. Let you know which way to stand so that you all can see what I'm doing here. But The goals, which I realize it's hard for you to read here, are that children live in stable and nurturing families, children are mentally and physically healthy, children are ready to succeed in school, young people successfully transition into adulthood, and children live in safe and supportive communities. These 5 results or goals that we're working towards as a community align with the State Children and Youth Cabinet Plan. Underneath that, in the green, you see many of the major systems throughout the county. The Early Learning Coalition, the Department of Health, the Special Needs Advisory Committee, and so on, that meet on a quarterly basis to review the plan that all of these committees are working on. And it ranges from that early preventing of abuse and neglect to kids aging out of the foster care system. Next slide. As far as the funding goes that the Children's Services Council puts into the community, it starts with listening to those committees and finding out where those critical needs are, along with looking at a lot of data as to how things are trending in the community. We then establish our annual goals and our budget. We do requests for proposals for the different goal areas as they come due. We contract with providers, and we do a lot of research to make sure that the services being delivered are in accordance with the best practices that we've asked them to do, and that they're meeting the outcomes that we're looking for. We report that back, and then it all starts over again. Next slide, please. Our budget this year is about $66 million. Of that, $61.8 million goes into the actual programs and services in the community. My administrative expenses are 3.7%, capital expenditures are at 0.23%, and the rest are non-operating expenditures over which we have no control. You'll probably understand the tax appraiser and the county property tax, the collections and so on, over which we have no control, and the CRAs that have not been as forward-thinking as you've been, and I'll get to that in a moment. Next slide, please. Within that 61 million that's in services, you'll see it breaks down. The biggest chunk is in out-of-school time. That's for elementary school-age children, school readiness, 0 to 5 population, special needs, behavioral health, the other big chunks, and family strengthening, which is to keep children out of the foster care and dependency system, and juvenile delinquency prevention and diversion. Next slide. I know you can't read this, but these are all of the agencies funded, and I'm sorry I don't have for everyone in the audience, but the commission has a folder with information, and within the annual report you can actually read all of these names. Next slide, please. I wanted to give you a sense of overall where our services are being delivered. All of these dots represent either a service delivery location or a headquarters of an agency that is being funded. And the services are not limited only to those dots, because a lot of the services are in-home. So all of those family strengthening services are delivered in-home, and so it really spans the entire county. Next slide. The concentration of the services, you can see how it lays out throughout the county in terms of the numbers of children and families served, where those are happening. Next slide, please. So I wanted to share some outcomes with you. I told you when I talked about funding, we are very, very outcome-driven and evidence-based practice-driven. Every contract we have, they're pre-testing, they're post-testing, we're checking on external third-party sources to make sure what's happening and that the programs are actually achieving what we want them to achieve. So generally speaking, for our out-of-school time programming, 91% of the youth who are in one of those programs improve their reading skills. 87% improve their basic math skills. 93% in our youth force, so maximizing out of school time, that's elementary. Youth force is our programming focusing on middle school youth. 97% did not obtain a new law violation while they were in the program. We're working with at-risk teens and trying to make sure that they are getting on the right path. 93% decreased their youth factors, 99% reported not using drugs or alcohol. Big. Family strengthening, again, these programs are a call, oftentimes the result of a call going into the hotline, and when the protective investigators go out, they determine there's not sufficient evidence or not sufficient risk to the safety of the children to have to remove them from the home. But there is some need for services. And so one of these agencies will go in and work with the family and help them perhaps learn different disciplinary techniques, anger management, different things to keep that child safe and keep them out of the foster care system. 96% of the families who completed, we check on with the abuse hotline 6 months after completion, and still 96% of them did not have a verified abuse report 6 months after completing. It's easier not to have it when you're in the program, so we make sure to check on them afterwards. And for New Day, which are young people who have had a brush with the law and are diverted, 93% of youth were not rearrested 12 months after completion. And if you have not been arrested, the research says within 12 months following the program, the likelihood is you never will be arrested again. So that is very exciting. And we have seen the crime rate, the juvenile crime rate, really plummet in Broward County over the years. Not solely due to our programming, I can't take that credit, but through the collaborative work that's being done. Next slide, please. So what does that mean to Margate? For you as a community, we plotted out what happened last year. The big areas here is 21st Century. That's the programming that we're doing in the high school. Yeah, nearly 200 participate in that. The real big one is Swim Central. That's where we're teaching your 5 and 6-year-olds water safety. We want to keep them safe around the great deal of water that we have in our community. The family strengthening I was talking to you about, you had about 150 families in your community. There, subsidized childcare. Your other big one is maximizing out of school time, that elementary school out of school time programming, and then the middle school. And then everything else, you do have some children here who've been taking advantage of that. Next slide. So with the MOST contract, and I mentioned the CRA before, I'm not sure if you realize that we've had an agreement with you for about 9 years now that you allow us to keep the TIF dollars and invest them in services in Margate for your children. You've served on the rating committee to choose what that would be and had selected community after school to provide maximizing out of school time programming at Liberty Elementary. And so we're currently funding them to the tune of $326,000. Our TIF, our required TIF, is $147,205, meaning we're putting in an additional $178,000 as a thank you for letting the money go into children's services rather than bricks and mortar in your CRA. When we came to you and asked for that concession, we promised you that you would get more than you paid for, and we're delivering on that. I wanted you to know. Next slide. And overall, as you look at all of that I've told you about these outcomes, and there's many more areas, summer youth employment, many programs for children with special needs that we fund. I didn't want to bore you with all of the details, but it's all available on our website. All of that for the homeowner whose median home price of $210,000 a year minus your homestead exemption times our millage rate, the average homeowner is paying $78.11 a year, which is just a few dollars more than it costs for 2 adults and 2 children to go to the movies and get popcorn and a drink. If you go to a 3D movie, it's more. So for just about the price of a night out at the movies, you are providing all of these services to tens of thousands of children throughout Broward County, many of whom live in Margate. Next slide, please. Just as an FYI, I want you to know when we were created by the voters in 2000, we were supposed to exist in perpetuity, thanks to some senator from a little bit north of here. We will be going back out to the voters this year in November of 2014 for reauthorization. It's not asking for any additional money. It is merely saying that this is of value to our community and we want to keep it going. Thank you, and I'd be happy to entertain any questions if you have any.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Oh, you're off the hook. Thank you, and thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you so much. And if anybody in the audience is interested, please go to www.cscbroward.org and learn more and find any resource. There's also a funded programs guide. If anything I said triggers you with all you parents here that there's something that you would need some help with, please go on and find a program near you that can help you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Liberty Elementary, Mrs. Donna Stiles, Assistant Principal, and Melissa Keefe, the STEM Magnet Coordinator, going to tell us about the great opportunity that Liberty has just got.
Good evening, everyone. I am Melissa Keefe. I am the STEM Magnet Coordinator at Liberty Elementary.
And I'm Donna Stiles, Assistant Principal. And I will turn the microphone back over to Ms. Keefe, who will tell you all about our STEM program.
Thank you. All right, well, I'm here tonight just to share some exciting news. It won't take more than a few moments of your time. But I wanted to let you know that Liberty Elementary, along with 5 other elementary schools in Broward County, has selected to be part of a $12 million grant from the federal government, in which we split the $12 million with the other 5 schools to implement a STEM magnet program into our elementary school. So what does that mean? The students are going to get a lot more science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We're going to have a new curriculum in place where the kids will also have not just a STEM program designed by our instructional facilitator and math and science coaches, but also an engineering as elementary curriculum provided by the Boston Museum of Science. It also includes reduced student to teacher ratio, because with the extra personnel that we've been able to hire, we can reduce the number of students with students with teachers during their STEM projects. We also have some great new partnerships through this magnet program. We have partnered not with just local places such as the Science Museum here in Fort Lauderdale, but we have also partnered with places such as the Boston Museum of Science. And through that, the kids are going to be able to do virtual field trips with them, which brings me to the technology that we have been able to put in place. Our students are receiving what is called a Learning Innovation Lab at our school, and the money has allowed us to designate one classroom to be nothing but technology and a science lab. So we're getting in a new smart board, we're getting in laptops, we're getting in desktops, and also tablets for the kids. And the neat thing with the tablets is that they will be able to use those tablets to do those virtual field trips and also take them with them on field trips so that they can do their projects within the classroom and outside of the classroom. So those are just a few of the things that are coming into Liberty Elementary. I just wanted to promote our program and to tell you all about it, and that is it.
And on a final note, before we end, one of the misconceptions being that it is a growing STEM magnet school, it will not benefit just a select few students. It will benefit our entire student population. It's eligible. So we have to get that word out to the parents that it's not just a select few students. Thank you.
As long as you attend Liberty, you're part of it.
Thank you, and good luck, and invite us when you have your first robot fight or whatever you guys do over there. Okay, Before we start our Student of the Month and Teachers of the Month, I want to welcome Rise Academy School of Science and Technology for joining us in our commission program of honoring our students and our teachers each month. Student of the Month, Commissioner Talrico? Oh, sorry. Back up. Proclamation. I don't, not on my schedule. I know I do, but not on my schedule. Commissioner Donovan.
Good evening, and here is the proclamation. Proclamation, whereas February has been designated as Black History Month and will be observed and celebrated in our community, and whereas this observance increases our awareness and knowledge of Black history and honors the many leaders and their contributions to our nation, and whereas this month-long celebration provides us with an opportunity to promote a spirit of unity and embrace a diversity that has strengthened our nation, and whereas the national theme for this celebration of Black History Month in the year 2014 is Civil Rights in America, which marks the 50th anniversary of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, and whereas the theme for Black History Month 2014 chronicles the important milestones by African Americans and others in the battle for civil rights and equal treatment under the law, and whereas on the 85th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth, let us reflect on his words and visions and consider what each of us can do today to help keep his dream alive. Now, therefore, Lisa Pearman, Mayor of the City of Margate, do hereby proclaim the month of February 2014 as Black History Month in the City of Margate, signed by Lisa Pearman, Mayor.
Okay, and as I already said, I already welcomed Rise Academy, so we'll skip that. Student of the Month, Commissioner Talrico, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right. Gotta get excited about it. This is important. Student of the Month time. Okay, our first student is from Abundant Life Christian Academy, 6th grade, Tyson McLeod. Tyson? And bring the gang up here. Don't be bashful. Can't stay there all by yourself. Come over here. How you doing? All right, let's wait and see. We got 2 rows. Huh? Wow, you're an important guy. All right. Okay. Now, before we give you your reward, come on over here. You come over here. Go around it? Sure, sure. All right, I want you to introduce all these nice people there.
This is my great uncle. I call him Uncle Joe. That is my dad, Cyrus. That is my mom, Ramona McLeod. That's my aunt, well, Auntie Shirley, that's what I call her. That's my brother, Cyrus, and that's my principal, Miss Adrian.
Very good. Okay. All right. Tyson has demonstrated that he has the ability and capacity to achieve whatever he wants to achieve. He is dedicated and hardworking and pays close attention to instructions given him in the classroom by his coaches. Tyson is well respected by his peers and his teachers. He has represented Abundant Life Christian Academy in basketball, track, and in soccer. Along with Coach Farrell, his PE teacher, Abundant Life Christian Academy is honored to have Tyson McLeod as their Student of the Month. Congratulations. First of all, you have a Margate pin to wear. Wear it proudly. And a certificate of recognition to Tyson McLeod. You're outstanding up. Recognition signed by Mayor Pearman, Vice Mayor Simone, Commissioner Donahue, Commissioner Rosano, and Commissioner Tallarico. And there's more. Do you like chicken wings? Okay. Do you like to golf? Do you like mini golf? Yeah. How about go-kart rides? Yeah. Well, I wish we could give you that. But we have a $10 Wingstop. You know where Wingstop is? Okay, been there. And mini golf. And, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I apologize. You have a choice. Mini golf or a go-kart ride. What do you want?
Go-kart.
That's for you. All right, good choice. And we have to read all donated by. Okay, I'm sorry. The $10 Wingstop gift card was donated by MargateNews.net, and a coupon for mini golf or go-kart at Boomers. I don't know who donated that.
Margate News.net.
Oh, same thing. Well, okay, because it's on the bottom. Okay, and this is the official water bottle of the city of Margate. No one else has that. And this is the official flashing light. You put that on your backpack. That's from who? CRA? Thank you. I'm looking up there. You know, these people on TV have monitors, they can read. All right, we'll change that next. This is a calculator from the Margate Commission, okay, and a ruler. You really some help there. Oh, you like to swim? Calypso Cove, 2 daily passes. Okay, and you can only use it in February when it's cold. And this is our eco-friendly bookmark from Margate Recycle. You recycle stuff? Better say that. And we have a recyclable pad. You recycle, it's made from recycled things from the city. Oh, want to be a policeman? Okay, good. Well, use that. You got any keys? Get some. You can always use a pen. This is a Margate pen. Hold that. And you like shirts, right? Oops. Want to be a firefighter? Think about it, right? Nice shirt, Margate Fire Rescue. This is very special. Right, ready?
Yes.
This is the story of drinking water. You just put that tap on and that water comes out and you drink it. There's a lot more complicated. See, when you have a chance to read this, it takes a couple hours. Pencils? You always use pencils. And always use some more pencils. And more pencils. Our official Margate students are shining light in our city of Margate. The city commission. It really works. All right. And Public Works knapsack. All your stuff. All right. There you go. Right. There we go. Okay, now you get your picture taken. You have to go in the middle. You're the star. West Elementary, Carolina Santander. Say it right, Santander. Hi. How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Carolina.
That's right. And who's this nice man with you?
My dad, Alfredo.
And is there anyone else here with the family?
Dad.
Where are
Dad.
they? Here's the Who's the one who's sleeping?
My sister.
What's her name?
Anaí.
Okay. And what's your mom?
Doris.
Okay. And where's we got more?
This is my grandma. Sabrina. That one is my grandma, Dina. That is my teacher, Miss Narozio. And that is my principal, Miss Lewis.
Very good. First grade. Carolina is an outstanding student. She is a perfectionist, and everything she does is outstanding. She is an exceptional role model to all her classmates. Carolina is a pleasure to have in class, and she is always helpful to her teachers and her peers. Atlantic West Elementary School is proud of their soaring eagle, Carolina Santander. Right? Okay. And your plaque to Carolina Santander for your outstanding efforts at Atlantic West Elementary. Student recognition signed by Mayor Pearman, Vice Mayor Simone, Commissioner Donahue, Commissioner Rozzano, Commissioner Tellery. I'm going to dazzle that. It's pretty heavy. Okay? And gift card, $10 in iTunes. Is that from MargateNews.net? You like music? Good. And you can play golf or go-kart ride. Which do you want?
Go.
Okay, good. Golfers make more money than go-karts. And I can't really go through all this because they told me I could hurry it up. But you have all those great goodies that other young man got, okay? And you have pencils, all these different things. And I don't have the list in front of me, but every department in Margate contributed to this. Okay? All right? Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, we have Levi Hirsch from 4th grade Hebrew Academy. How you doing? So it's not Levi, it's Levi, right? Boy, I almost messed that up. Okay, come on over here and tell us who all these nice people.
My mom, Hannah, my sister Shelly, my sister Dina, my principal, Mauricio, and my principal, Miss Lewis.
Very good. Levi is an all-around great student, classmate, friend, and role model. He has been attending Hebrew Academy since he was in preschool. All of the faculty members enjoy teaching Levi. His classmates enjoy his friendship and his camaraderie. Wherever Levi is, he always has a positive presence. Hebrew Academy School is proud to call Levi their Student of the Month. Congratulations. Of Margate, and there's a plaque for you to Levi Hirsch for your outstanding efforts. Hebrew Academy Community School student recognition signed by the mayor and the commissioners. That's for you. And $10 in iTunes donated by API Group. What's API Group? Everybody know what they do?
Insurance.
Oh, insurance, so if you need insurance, go see them. And Margate News donated a mini golf or go-kart ride. Your choice. Go-kart, all right. Good choice. And from our city, all of our goodies from all our departments, and enjoy them, okay? Good job. Dave Mirage, 5th grade, Liberty Elementary. Did I say your name right? Good. Tell us all these. Come on over here. Tell us. Oh, there's more. Oh. Anyone else? Okay. Ready?
This is my mom, Deidre. This is my brother, Zix. This is my...
I'm holding on.
My dad, Larry. This is my teacher, Miss Roberson. And this is my assistant principal, Miss Riley.
Larry. Huh? So all those names, I thought they'd have a nice different name than Larry. Okay. All right. Okay. Dave, right? Dave is a hardworking young man who is consistently on the honor roll. He serves on the safety patrol and is always polite and considerate to adults and his fellow students. Dave is a perfect example of a Liberty Star student. Liberty Elementary is honored to have Dave as their Student of the Month. Congratulations, Dave. Have you got a STEM program yet?
No.
Sign up. Full plug for that. Okay, the Bed Mirage for your outstanding efforts, Liberty Elementary, student recognition signed by the mayor, the vice mayor, and the commissioners of the city of Margate. That's for you. And you from Walmart, a $10 Walmart gift card. And from MargateNews.net, mini golf or go-kart ride. Go-kart, okay, good. And our bag of assorted goodies. Enjoy them. Okay. Okay, Madeline Aker, 1st grade, Margate Elementary. Madeline? You must be happy. You got a nice smile. All right, tell us who these nice people.
She's my mom. That's my dad. That's my teacher. That's my principal.
Do you know your teacher's name?
Mr. Tavares.
And what's your principal's name?
Mr. Schroeder.
Okay, John.
Get extra credit for that, right? Madeline Ecker. Madeline has a positive and determined mindset towards school. She understands the value of her education and works hard to prove to herself that she can do anything if she puts her mind to it. Margate Elementary is proud to have Madeline as their Student of the Month. Congratulations. And your plaque, certificate of recognition to Madeline Ecker for your outstanding efforts, Margate Elementary student recognition, signed by the mayor and the city commissioners. Hold on to that. And you like music? Okay. We have donated by the API Insurance Group $10 worth of iTunes, and you want a mini golf or a go-kart? All right. You know who Dana Patrick is? She races a car. She's good. Okay. All right. And here's your goodie bag from the city of Margate. Congratulations, Madeline. Okay, student of the month, Brandon Jones, 7th grade, Margate Middle School. Brandon. Come on over here. You look happy. Smile. Very serious, aren't you? Are you serious? Nervous? Relax. Come here. We'll get you okay. Relax. All these people are here to honor you. Okay, good. You did a good job with this. Okay, Brandon. The Hurricanes team has nominated Brandon Jones for Student of the Month. Brandon is an excellent student who always puts forth his best effort. This is apparent in his excellent grades. Brandon sets a great example for his teachers and is always actively involved in class. The Margate Middle School Hurricanes are proud to have Brandon on their team as their Student of the Month. Congratulations. Was the Spartans. Did they change that? Still the Spartans? Who the Hurricanes?
So the team members.
Oh, okay. Here's your pin. Okay. The Brandon Jones Outstanding Effort, Margate Middle School Student Recognition, signed by the Mayor and the Commissioners. And like Wayne? Good. From Wingstop, donated a $10 gift certificate, and MargateNews.net, mini golf or go-kart ride. Go-kart. Well, you didn't have to hesitate there. All right, Brandon, here's your bag with all the goodies from the city. You still nervous? All right. It'll be okay. I know. Come here. You made me nervous, you see? Nah, you gotta make me nervous. You gonna make me unnervous? Okay. Tell us who all these people are.
This is my mom, this is my dad, this is my grandfather, this is my stepdad, this is my teacher, Ms. Goff, and my principal, Mr. Tom.
Thank you. Almost messed that up. You're nervous. Okay. I think I ran into this young man out in the lobby. Jean Gelot, right? Yes. Come forward. 8th grade, Rise Academy School of Science and Technology. Now I know who you are. John, where is Rise Academy? Is it in Margate? Where? Is it a new school? Oh, okay. Where is it located?
Right in the old Home Depot.
That's okay. You know where? Okay. Everybody knows the old Home Depot is. That's where Rise Academy. Okay. Come on over here and introduce all these nice people.
This is my father, Harold. This is my mother, Wendy. This is my little brother, Jalan. My young brother, Jalen. My littlest brother, John. My principal, Miss Smith, and my person who takes care of the PTO, Miss Pacer.
All right. John displays interest and eagerness in his learning. He demonstrates great character and citizenship. John actively participates in class and puts a great deal of effort into everything he does. John is a model student and exercises a positive attitude. Rise Academy is proud to have John as their Student of the Month. Congratulations. And your plaque is Jacques Gallo. For outstanding efforts, Rise Academy School of Science and Technology, student recognition signed by the mayor and the vice mayor and the commissioners. That's for you. And you like wings, right? Okay. $10 certificate from the Wingstop and a gift card for mini golf or go-kart ride. Okay. From MargateNews.net. And nice goodies in there. Have a good time with those. Okay.
Teacher of the Month, Vice Mayor Simone.
Good evening. It's always nice to see everybody here, the students and the teachers, and thank you for coming out on this wet February night. Our first teacher from Abundant Life Christian unfortunately could not be here this evening, so he will, Don Farrell, he will be getting his recognition on March 5th at the commission meeting then. So for our first teacher of the month, we have Laura Natalizio, first grade, Atlantic West Elementary. Mrs. Natalizio is a veteran teacher at Atlantic West. She is a teacher who wants the best for her students, as seen in her expectations for them, as well as in the classroom itself. Mrs. Natalizio also serves as the teacher liaison to the PTA. She can always be found supporting family events. Atlantic West is proud to recognize Mrs. Natalizio as her Teacher of the Month.
And I'm sorry, I forgot, would you introduce who you have with you today?
Yes, I have my student, Carolina. I have Mr. Reuter and Kyle DeRuiter, a former student who had to come. He's in 4th grade now, and I had him in 1st grade. My sister-in-law, Donna Natalizio, and our assistant principal, Ms. Lewis. Right, there you go.
Certificate of recognition to Laura Natalizio for your outstanding efforts at Atlantic West Elementary, teacher recognition signed by the mayor, Lisa Pearman, Vice Mayor Joanne Simone, Commissioners Brian Donahue, Tommy Rosano, and Frankie Kelly. Congratulations. And we have a $10 gift card donated by Pete's Barber Shop at 5833 Margate Boulevard. And we also have one coupon for mini golf. Unfortunately, we don't get good golf. Margate and stuff. Thank you. Okay, and for your goodie bag, you have 2 Calypso Cove daily passes. And I know you recycle, so there's your recycling pad and a calculator. And a Margate water bottle. Official letter.
assortment of pens and pencils. And when you can't find your way home, or you can't find your car, there's your private life. And also a book. And your goodie bag from Margate Recycling. Thank you. Great job. Thank you.
Our next teacher of the month is Morah Hagit Morris from Hebrew Academy Community School, Hebrew Language, K through 3.
You were close. We can open it.
Morah Hagit has worked for Hebrew Academy for many years, teaching Hebrew language to the primary elementary students and physical education to the older girls. She brings a cheerful, professional attitude daily to her school. Morah Hagit inspires her students to want to speak in Hebrew and to be great teammates in their physical education skills. Students who do not speak or speak only rudimentary Hebrew in the beginning come out of her class thinking, speaking, writing, and joking in Hebrew. She makes learning the language fun and also attainable. Children love coming to her classroom. Congratulations to Morah Hagit for her well-deserved honor.
And we have your certificate of recognition for your outstanding efforts, Hebrew Academy Community School, teacher recognition, signed by the mayor, the vice mayor, and the principal. Congratulations. And here's your city kit. And we also have $10 Staples gift card donated by VICJ Corporate Plaza at 2000 State Road 7, and one coupon for mini golf at Boomers donated by Margate News.net.
I'm going to take the mini golf and donate it to our school.
And we have the same good bag for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This is my daughter Lily, and Shakir, my daughter, Scott, my daughter, Levi, that was my student for 4 years, great student, and my school administrator, Theostar, my principal, United Studies, and Ms. Denver, and Ms. Constitution.
And you're a teacher as well?
No.
Real estate agent.
She's saying.
You want to come in the middle?
Yeah. I'm gonna come there.
This one is.
We're just going to take 1 second to invite Her Honor and the members of the commission to the Hebrew Academy. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating with our students the 100th day of school. Our kindergarten is going to have lots of student-generated activities, and at 11 o'clock is the highlight of the day. We'll be counting the canned foods that the kindergarten has been collecting. We're hoping to get to at least 100 or multiples of 100. It's at 11 o'clock, and those foods will be then delivered to local food banks. Thank you.
Our next teacher of the month is Catherine Roberson, 4th grade, Liberty Elementary. Ms. Roberson goes above and beyond for her students. She is very helpful and an optimistic teacher. Mrs. Roberson is well liked by her fellow teachers and her students because of her fun outlook on teaching. Liberty Elementary is proud to have Catherine Roberson as her Teacher of the Month. We have your certificate of recognition for your outstanding efforts, Liberty Elementary, teacher recognition, signed by the mayor, the vice mayor, and the commissioners, and your city kid. Okay, congratulations. Thank you. And we also have a $10 Staples gift card by CJ off Corporate Plaza at 2000 State Road 7, and one coupon for mini golf at Boomers from Margate Massages. And who did you bring with you tonight?
Of course, I brought my students, my oldest daughter Julia, my daughter Megan, my husband Brian, and of course Mrs. Stiles, our assistant principal. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Somebody else's information.
Yay!
Our next teacher of the month is Heather Taveras, 1st grade, Margate Elementary. Mrs. Heather Taveras strives to achieve the knowledge to prepare her students in becoming the most creative and innovative learners possible. She feels her responsibility as a teacher is to stimulate and enhance her students' intellectual development and personal growth. She believes children must be actively involved in the learning process. Thus, through the use of visual models and challenging activities, her children are excited and challenged. In Mrs. Taveras' classroom, her students will experience new ideas and be involved in cooperative learning. She guides her students so that they may grow towards the development of their own independence. Margate Elementary is honored to have Heather Taveras as their Teacher of the Month. And we have your certificate of recognition for your outstanding efforts at Margate Elementary, teacher recognition, signed by the mayor, the vice mayor, and the commissioners, and your city pin.
Thank you.
And we also have a $10 Staples gift card for you, and also a coupon for mini golf at Boomers. And your goodie bag. And who did you bring with you this evening?
These are my twin daughters, Lily and Ariana. Madeline, my 1st grade student. Mr. Schroeder, the most amazing principal ever. And sitting across from me is a former parent, a student I had 4 years ago. 4th grade. Yeah, 4th grade, yeah. Oh.
And how old are your daughters?
They are going to be 8 on Monday.
Happy birthday early.
Thank you. Gotta get all my babies in.
For our next teacher of the month, Michelle Booth, Margate Middle School. If you would please read what you wrote about your teacher.
Ms. Goff has had a positive impact on me since day one. She helps me understand science better by making her lessons fun. I always know that she will listen to me and answer any questions I have. Thank you, Ms. Goff, for all the wonderful things you do to help me and other students.
For outstanding efforts, signed by the mayor and the vice mayor and the commissioners. Your certificate as well. Thank you. And $10 Staples gift card and coupon for the adult at and your goodie bag. And for our next Teacher of the Month, Barry Abathon, 5th grade, Rise Academy School, Science and Technology. Mrs. Abathon is truly a standout teacher because of her sheer dedication to her school. She always goes the extra mile, and it shows in her commitment to her students. Mrs. Abathon is a teacher that works hard and puts a lot of her time and effort into planning for the school year. Rise Academy is honored to have Mrs. Barry Abathon as her Teacher of the Month. And your certificate of recognition for your outstanding efforts, Rise Academy School of Science and Technology, teacher recognition signed by the mayor, the vice mayor, and the commissioners, and your certificate. And we have a $10 gift card for you, and also the golf at Lucas. And your goodie. Oh, I'm sorry. And who did you bring with you this evening?
Congratulations to all the students and the teachers. We're going to take about a 10-minute break so everybody can go home and do your homework if you want. You can come back and stay and watch our meeting if you want, but chances are we'll clear this room out like that. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Commissioner Talarico?
Because if they don't, they won't get any money from the federal government, housing funding and all these other things. So you've got the federal government pressuring them in order to comply with that.
You're first. Commission comments. Commissioner Talarico.
I'll wait till Anthony has his meeting. Okay. You know, the last meeting I brought up the situation about swim lessons for our children. The young child who had that drowning accident did pass away, and we just have to stop this. And I was going through the Children's Services Council pamphlet. They have some good resources for that. And Mr. Manager, I don't think we can work with them, figure out how we can maybe do some joint effort to work with the schools and so on, just to get the message out, but with them.
The schools do use swim sessions.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the city of Margate, through the schools, also join, partnering with them. Okay? Just look into that. Nothing else. Thank you.
Commissioner Donahue.
Really, other than the fact that I'm so happy I don't have to water my lawn tomorrow. Yes.
Commissioner Rosano.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to say, I don't know if it's full, but Margate Community College, Jerry, is that full or is it still taking applications?
We're still taking applications, Commissioner.
Because that's a great class. If anybody out there wants to take it, I highly recommend it. Next Saturday, February 15th, not this coming Saturday, following Saturday, we have a Sounds at Sundown. Hope everybody can attend. Guys, I know you all watch the Super Bowl. Don't forget, February 14th, next Friday, Valentine's Day. We won't have another meeting, so I'm going to let you guys know now. Valentine's Day is next Friday. What else? Oh, Margate's photo contest. I saw when we walked in, there was a photo on the big screen. Was that this month's winner, or was that just a photo?
That was the order for January.
For January? That was by who? Pat?
Pat.
Pat? Congratulations, Pat. Can you put it back up? In case you guys don't know, if you go on our website, we have a digital photography club. Well, it's a contest. You take a picture and they pick one for each month. And I think the ultimate goal is at the end of the year to do a Margate calendar. And that's Pat. Congratulations, Pat. Oh, another thing. It was nice to see all the students and the teachers. They all received plaques tonight. I don't know who's choosing that award, but thank you guys. And I hope we can keep it up with the plaques and, in lieu of the envelopes. So that's about it. Thanks.
Vice Mayor Simone.
Just welcome. Nice to see everybody here. Nothing further.
I like this. It's going to go fast. I have nothing. Yeah, I know that did. Okay, city attorney? City manager, we'll get to you later unless you have something else. City clerk?
No, sir.
Okay, public discussion. Follow the rules here, guys. Follow the procedures. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Good evening, Jerry Pauls, 6750 Northwest 9th Street, Paradise Gardens 1. I'm here to thank the mayor for stopping over and seeing me this past week regarding an issue we presented last meeting regarding a wall or a fence. And now that all the utilities are marked, we got more flags in the backyard than United Nations building in New York, but it just shows me that land can't be used for anything else because there's so much underground. So I just ask again that if anything is done, that it be located as close to the existing chain link fence that is already there as close as possible. So again, thank you for your concern, Mayor.
Thank you.
Mitch Felicia, 6890 Northwest 9th Street, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. I have a question about the sole item on the consent agenda, and I'm wondering if somebody would take it down for me.
You want to pull?
Yeah.
Can we pull, that's the only item, pull the consent agenda item.
Thank you.
Rick McCarty, 4829 South Hemingway Circle, Margate, President of the Chamber. Have you decided what day you were going to do your sign meeting yet so that we could get it out to the businesses?
I believe it's going to be in March at some point, but I think we're still trying to coordinate, Joseph? Yes. Yes. We're still trying to coordinate all of us getting together because we want it to be a standalone thing. As soon as we know, we'll let you know.
Notify us. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Absolutely.
Rich Popovic, 6066 Winfield Boulevard. I'd like to correct some of the disinformation that was given when the kids were over here and they already left and in Black History Month. and it said that nothing advanced until all the liberalism and all this stuff was introduced. That's just absolutely totally ridiculous. Liberalism never did anything to advance anything to do with black people. And I can assure you that if any of these did any history, study on it, and I've read Frederick Douglass's autobiographies, and he was a stone conservative, and he was absolutely for working and educating yourself and getting ahead. And all those people back then in the abolition movement were all registered Republicans along with Martin Luther King. So I hope you people, when you want to go spread around that crap, that you actually get your history straight when you're going to go out and say to the public, please, thank you. Now, the other thing is I got here an issue on Christine Jacobson and the CRA, and we're going to get the same thing that they're going to give it to Pompano. And I have Christine Jacobson here saying that we don't mind if you have a CRA, and we don't mind if you keep control of it. But what we want to do is control the money. And, that's the whole problem with these people are out of control now. And you people all think that you're going to do your CRA thing and you want to do what you want. I already told you, because most of these never came to any CRA meetings beforehand or anything and don't even know what the hell's going on. But I can honestly tell you, man, you're going to do what the county's going to tell you. And I've said this many, many times. And they're going to put the pressure on you now. And all these daydreams about, merry-go-rounds and Ferris wheels and stuff, that's the reason why they're doing it. Because you have bad ideas and haven't done anything. Now, the last thing is that I have to say to you, K. Stevens Park is a reflection of a Freudian reflection of the thought process of this commission. Because I've watched them digging it up and they're putting paths that are going in circles and going nowhere. And it's actually a true reflection of the thought process of this commission.
Stacy Ainger, 1913 Northwest 79th Terrace. I just wanted to thank I want to thank the mayor, the vice mayor, commissioners, any of you who donated points to Abundant Light Christian Academy's Green Schools Recycle Bank program. We still need more donations, so does Margate Middle. Of the 3 Florida schools, 2 of them are in Margate. So if we can encourage that, I want to thank the Margate News for putting an icon on their website to help us. I gave Mitch the information. I appreciate that. I also want to thank the commission for the plaques for the kids. I know that they're more expensive, but it really does make it extra special for them. Really nice. If you can keep doing it, I'd appreciate it. And I wanted to thank the businesses. I don't think I've ever done that before, but I know they donate to make it special for their packets. I know Margate News has been up there multiple times, but many other businesses have too, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
I didn't talk about sweet potatoes.
Okay, number 4, consent agenda, which we pulled so we can discuss. Mitch, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Get over here.
A resolution of the City of Margate, Florida, approving a renewal agreement for partial funding of 4 school resource officers at Atlantic West Elementary, Margate Elementary, Liberty Elementary, and Margate Middle Schools for the school year 2013-2014, authorizing the administration to renew this annual agreement under the same terms without further commission.
What's the wish of the commission?
So moved.
Second for discussion.
Okay, Commissioner Donahue? Are you just opening it up for?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Blake, Margate, thank you very much. I just had a few questions on the item. I do know, I'm almost positive that Margate has had school resource officers for quite some time. And here, and I think it probably just needs to be worded a certain way, but it said the School Board of Broward County, Florida desires that the City of Margate provide law enforcement officers to serve as school resource officers, but Margate's been doing it for a long time. So Margate is really happy that the county has decided to provide us funding for something that I believe, and here's where my question is, we've been funding our own SROs for a long time, or have we been receiving money from the county? If this is the first time that we're getting this, is this the first time that the county's decided to fund the program? And is this going to result in a savings on our end because we're getting this money now from the county? Those are pretty much my questions. Just the fact that I know we've been doing it for a while. The way this reads, it looks as though now we're going to get funding from the county, and is that supplanting our own funding, which now, I guess comes back to us. That's my only question. I'm glad that our SROs are in the schools and that the county is funding us for that. But those were my questions. Thank you.
Sure. The School Board of Broward County has been providing partial funding for the SROs in our schools probably for the past 10 years. Ultimately, the City of Margate also can fund this program and does fund this program through the Law Enforcement Trust Fund. So any funds that are dedicated to the program, in essence, it's partially funded by the city, but it's also partially funded by the school board. The school board provides about $185,000. If you look at the salary of our officers, it's probably another $65,000 that we have to fund, but that's covered also through the Law Enforcement Trust Fund, in essence. And we were one of the first cities in Broward County to have SROs in every school, even when the school board was not providing any kind of reimbursement or funding. Any other public?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing that these school resource officers, all my kids went through Margate schools, and it meant a lot to them to have that police officer there with someone they could talk to. They became friends even after they were out of school. They remembered their resource officer, especially at middle school, was Officer Tony. Everybody knows Officer Tony. And they do a great job. And they watch over these kids, and it's just a great program, and I applaud them for all the work.
Rich Popovic, 6066 Winfield Boulevard. It says here that they're going to partial funding. And so what I want to know is, are we paying the full funding for that?
The answer is yes.
So we've been paying the full funding. Why did they want to come in and pay partial funding?
Because the Broward County Chiefs of Police, which I was the president a long, long time ago, had reached out to the school board superintendent. And initially when the program was started, the intent was that over the course of years, the school board would continually contribute on an annual basis more and more money. So ultimately, at some point, they would be funding the full cost of an officer in the schools in Broward County. And ultimately, what has happened, they have increased their funding over the years, and obviously they have not reached the total cost because, quite honestly, there's not enough funding available for every school in Broward County to have an SRO and for the county to be able to fund it. So we have seen significant progress from the school board in providing additional funding to the city. Hopefully that answers your question.
I really appreciate that, and I do, Atlantic West Elementary, I've been in Margate for like 30 years or maybe even longer, and I really haven't seen any, like what I call crime going on there. I know there's been like some serious issues at the middle school because we bust everybody in from every place else, and they've had some very serious issues at the middle school. I've never seen nothing at the Margate Elementary.
You might attribute that to the fact that there's an SRO at that school. And you might be able to attribute that to an SRO in every school that we have. And if you think about it, the susceptibility of crime occurring at a particular school, especially in elementary school in this day and age, it is a very good possibility that that could occur. The fact that we have officers there, we have deterrents there, we have cars there, there's no better program in this city to protect our children.
You know what, that sounds really wonderful, and
thank you.
The only thing I have to say is that when I went to school, we never had a cop anywhere watching anything we were doing, and we all went to school, and so I'm not questioning whether or not maybe you need an officer there, but it says 4.
So it's 1 for each school.
Oh,
There's only one officer in each school.
so that's the elementary. Well, it says four school resource for assignment in Atlantic West Elementary. Okay, Liberty. Okay, so we're getting them all. So you're going to have one in each one.
We've had them there in each school for probably the past 10, 15 years that I've been here.
Yeah, I've had to deal with them in the past, and I'm familiar with who they are. And I'm just torn between expenses on these type of things, and I don't see an unlimited amount of like violence or everything happening and worrying all these things. Like I said, in the middle school, I think you probably need two, but I don't think at the elementary school you need really any.
Mayor, if I could just make one comment while I'm sitting down, is the SROs in schools today also act as mentors. And as mentors, they try to help children and help them guide them with their behavioral issues as well. And there's no better program, in my opinion, throughout Broward County than this program in our schools. And it helps prevent crime each and every single day.
They also teach the DARE program as well. Commissioner Talarico.
Yes, Mr. Popovic, I know when I went to school, we didn't have problems either, but today in elementary schools all over the country, you have to worry about someone coming in, shooting people, abducting children, and this is a great deterrent. I'm glad that they're there, because I don't want to see anything happen like happened in other schools in this country. And things are a little bit different than when we were kids. So just keep that in mind. We've got to protect our children at all costs, no matter how much it costs.
Anthony Caggiano, 7856 Northwest 1st Street. As most of you know me know, I have a 7-year-old. And even as I grew up where we didn't need police people in the school and things of that nature, much to my chagrin, I'm going to say, let's have the policemen in the school making sure that our children are safe, my child is safe. And if they can get people to come up to the police and talk to them and not be scared of them and know that they are an asset, then let's do it. You know, even though we in our hearts hate the idea of having to do it, it's something that needs to be done. Thank you.
Colorado.
Commissioner Talarico? Aye. Commissioner Donahue?
Yes.
Commissioner Rosano?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Salone?
Yes.
Mayor Pearman?
Yes. I'm going to apologize, Gene, before you read the next one, because I was supposed to have something between the public discussion and the consent agenda. No, we'll do now. We'll do now. Little thing we're going to call the city manager's report. And I bypassed it because I got some off when he pulled the agenda item. So, city manager's report.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Some of this information I have provided to you individually, and I wanted to provide it to everyone collectively as a sort of like a new topic area. I want to bring some information to your attention. The northernmost entrance and exit of our city. For probably the last 12 to 14 months, I've been directing city staff to seek approval from the Florida Department of Transportation and other regulatory agencies to authorize the removal of the fencing and fence posts that front State Road 7 on the west and east side of this roadway by Penn Dutch Plaza and the empty lot north of 31st Street to Sample Road, and then east to the end of Pepper Tree Plaza. If you drive that area, which is, once again, it's our northernmost entrance and exit of our city, you'll see that this fence has been up there for a long, long time. I firmly believe the fencing and the high grass and the shrubbery has negatively impacted the entranceway to our community. And several weeks ago, after constant determination by our city staff and Ready Chitapoo, we finally received approval to remove the fencing on all three sides of these frontage roadways. This was a long and hard process with determination not to take no for an answer from FDOT. The removal process has been ongoing. We started the next day after we got approval. I said, get those fences down before they change their mind. The removal process is ongoing and should be completed by early next week. Simultaneously, we are working with the property owners to cut the grass and remove the debris in the same area. And upon completion, I think we will see a tremendous improvement in this area, which should certainly enhance the northernmost entrance and exit to our city. And if you take a ride down there, if you remember what it was, and you can see even today already with that fencing down, it's made a tremendous improvement in that area, and I think it's only going to get better, something we should do. Secondly, I want to bring to your attention that on Seton Drive, we're having a water main replacement project. These service crews are scheduling the construction to work to replace an existing water main on Seton between State Road 7 and East River Drive starting on February the 10th. A section of the water main on the west side of State Road 7 in front of the used car lot will also be replaced. A notice has already been sent out to our residents in that area of the map, and the streets will be impacted. Through the CRA, the city was using the open area on the southwest corner of State Road 7 and Seton Drive as a staging area for the project, and that staging area will be fenced and screened off. In addition, talk about, and this was mentioned previously, a Saturday bus service. We've been experiencing a 3.6 riders per hour on average. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. We're still trying to encourage more ridership on the buses on Saturday. We recognized when we started this process that we weren't going to get any reimbursement from the county. However, if we could get that ridership up to 7.1 per hour, we could possibly seek some reimbursement. In addition, this Vincent Park restroom renovation is completed. Public Works completed a complete comprehensive renovation of those restrooms, which included new partitions, walls, flooring, sinks, toilets, dispensers, and is now reopened for public use. It was a very nice renovation done by our city staff. I think they did a really good job, and I want to congratulate them on that. The Andrews Field, we're doing a restroom renovation project there as well. That's the one that's by Margate Middle School. The bathrooms are going through a renovation that should be completed in 2 weeks. Sports complex. This is an issue that was brought to our attention about the scoreboards that were not working at that place for a long time. They have been ordered, and we are waiting for all the parts to come in. They will be installed, and that project will be up and running. We'll have 3 new scoreboards there. As you're probably aware, the fire department administration trailer demolition was complete. We resodded the area, and that was done last week. The bank demolition is complete. The area's been resodded and is looking a lot better. I wanted to let you know that the police department went through an accreditation mock assessment for state law enforcement accreditation a couple weeks ago. They passed with flying colors, and now the CALEA, or I should say the CFA on-site people will be coming in April for the final accreditation. There's been discussion about Dunkin' Donuts and the Rock Island Road. As you're aware, it was approved at DRC, and they will be coming back to the city soon for the Dunkin' Donut portion of that. As you know, there's a medical building there right now. It's existing, and they are waiting to get their certificate of occupancy. Once they get that accomplished, they're going to come back to the city with regard to the next aspect, that's the Dunkin' Donut. Rancho Margate, the old Celebration Point. There's a new developer in play. One half of the property has been sold to the new developer with an option for the remaining half. This will be a 282 occupancy development, and will be coming to the City Commission soon. The developers returning to the DRC in March, and then on to the City Commission. They will be trying to rename the roadway to Celebration Point Boulevard. Tuscany, Northwest 31st Street, State Road 7. We've heard a lot about that as well. The final site plan has been approved, 262 townhome property. The developer wishes to make a few more modifications, which may include garages. This matter will come back to the DRC soon, then it should move on to permitting. We have talked about employee performance evaluations, and we have completed a comprehensive rewrite of our city employee evaluation and implemented training for all city employees citywide, including our supervisors. And we did that to try to get buy-in to our goal setting and meeting performance objectives. This is a new process that commenced in January. It's our intent to hopefully in the future work towards a pay-for-performance kind of a project instead of our typical process we have in place now. City Hall parking lot, we talked briefly about that before. The resurfacing of the lot should be completed by March 1st. Senior Center, another little aspect. We're working on some new phone systems over there. I also wanted to bring to your attention that we have advertised for our finance director position. Application process has been closed. We've narrowed the field to 9 candidates, and we're still doing further background on those candidates. In addition, at your last meeting, you talked briefly about Calypso Cove. I have a report that will be going out to you tomorrow on that. In addition, we talked about the outdoor movies, and all of that equipment is ordered, it's in play. All of our prereq staff have been trained in it. We're ready to move forward with putting on the outdoor movie program. I'm going to be presenting that to you tomorrow. We'll present it to each of you so you can take a look at that. And everybody's ready to go. So those are just some updates that I wanted to bring to your attention and let you know that we're working diligently to get some of these things accomplished.
Hey, yeah.
And next time I'll have you right on the spot, no problem. Commissioner Tallarico.
Yes, Mr. Blau.
Yes.
In the past, we were talking about neighborhood entrances, sprucing them up,
Yes.
putting some sign. How are we doing on those plans?
We're working with the CRA and the new RMA group on that as well. Their marketing person, one of the tasks that they have been charged with is coming up with a potential branding and design and a concept of doing that implementation. We passed that on to them, so they are working on that. They know the importance of that issue. I've given them several locations that I'd like them to concentrate on, and they are working. So hopefully we'll get something done with that soon.
Thank you.
Commissioner Rosano.
Yeah, Jerry, the Rancho Margate project, I remember when they came up, the old developer, they proposed, their site plan with what they were going to do, and the interior, the exterior. Have they come to the city with anything like that yet, or?
Not as of yet. Like I said, there's a new developer in play. The old developer was not able to get that project done. There's some equity issues, and spoke with them about that. But we understand that the new developer is very reasonable and wants to sort of follow the same kind of ideas, and that's to enhance that roadway. They're going to talk about renaming it, like I mentioned as well. So I think we're going to be able to get some of the same accommodations that we were trying to get previously.
As far as the meeting we had prior to them coming in with the water problem, with the water hookups, we're going to have to go through that again?
I don't think so. I think it's all going to be worked out.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Number 5, please.
A resolution of the City of Margate, Florida, approving amendment to collective bargaining agreement for the period from October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2015 with the Fraternal Order of Police, Florida State Lodge, police officers and sergeants for the period of October 1st, 2013 through September 30th, 2014, providing for waivers.
What's the wish of the commission?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Public? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Tallarico?
Aye.
Commissioner Donahue?
I will be abstaining from this vote on this matter because my wife is a Margate police officer. And I will file the appropriate paperwork tomorrow morning.
Commissioner Rosano?
Yes.
Commissioner Donahue?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vice Mayor Simone?
Yes.
Mayor Pearman?
Yes. Number 6.
Yes, report of administrative investigation is directed by the City Commissioner.
Okay. You've all received the investigation report. You've had a chance to read it. I'm going to read the Reader's Digest version for the audience. It's a 360 some odd page report. The city manager can tell you where you can get a hold of the report to read it if you want to, but I'm going to give you the conclusion from that. And the conclusion. An evaluation of the allegations identified from the variety of sources failed to reveal any direct complicity by any employee of the City of Margate or police department. In those instances when FBI audio captured dialogue between McLean and the city professional staff, all interactions of city employees were lawful and lacked any interference of misconduct or unethical behavior. Intuitively, we assume that McLean's position as a city commissioner granted him extraordinary access to employees who likely went above to assist the commissioner by virtue of his positional authority. This relationship should not be construed as being corruptive or abusive by anyone other than McLean. The statements by the FBI case agent that no Margate employees other than McLean engaged in misconduct is significant in and of itself in overcoming the perceptions of impropriety that gave rise to this investigative endeavor. I would like to thank Captain Hork and Sergeant Ryan or Sergeant McCarthy for the investigation, and also City Manager Blau. I will accept a motion to accept or reject this investigation.
So move to accept.
Second.
Discussion? Public. Call the roll.
Commissioner Tallarico? Aye. Commissioner Donahue?
Yes.
Commissioner Rosano?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Simone?
Yes.
Mayor Pearman?
Yes, and can I just say that from this point on, I hope the city is not continually defined by David McLean, and that we move forward. Meeting adjourned.
Madam Mayor,
Meeting not adjourned.
just one point. The copy of this report, which is 337 pages, is available in the city clerk's office. There's also a copy available in my office. In addition, anyone who wants to download the report can go to the following website: ftp.margatefl.com. The username is MargateCM. The password is CMDOWN10AD.
Is that it?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can order your online stuff with that password, and oh, I'm sorry. Meeting adjourned.